Welcome to the Lesson 211 quiz for U.S. History Part B. You'll find your 211 quiz underneath the Unit 2 tab by clicking on it in the navigation bar and scrolling down to Lesson 211, and the 211 quiz is right underneath that lesson. Once you click on your quiz, you'll be prompted to click on a couple buttons here. It will give you some reminders once you enter that you need to save your answers as you go and submit for grading at the end when you finish. The Save Answers button and the Submit for Grading buttons are at the top and at the bottom of your quiz. This quiz has a total of 14 questions, and they are worth 1 point per question. During this video, I will be reading the quiz questions to you along with the answer options to help you as you work through your quiz. Number 1, which statement describes the start of World War I? The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand set off a chain of events among European alliances that led to war. Germany invaded the Balkans and Russia took control of Austria, leading to a declaration of war. Great Britain and Germany met to divide up the Balkans, but could not resolve their differences and went to war. Or the last option, Archduke Ferdinand ordered an invasion of France, and Great Britain declared war in France's defense. Number 2, which was not a reason for U.S. neutrality during the beginning years of World War I. Many Americans supported the British but did not want war. Large numbers of German immigrants were sympathetic to Germany. The isolationist policies of the past still influenced American decision-making. Or the American fleet was undersized following the Spanish-American War and had not been rebuilt. Number 3, which event most clearly influenced the U.S. decision to enter World War I on the Allied side? Britain imposed an embargo on Germany that created terrible hardship among German civilians. Britain and France were members of the Triple Entente. Germany sunk the Lusitania, causing 128 American deaths. Germany decided to end U-boat attacks on commercial ships. Number 4, what was the impact of the U.S. decision to enter World War I? The Germans were overwhelmed and decided to surrender. The size and enthusiasm of the American forces bolstered the French and British. With American help, the Russians were able to successfully take on the Germans. The American entry into the war brought very few changes. Number 5, how did the United States meet the demand for soldiers once America entered the war? Volunteers stepped up to sufficiently increase the size of the military. The Selective Service Act authorized a draft of young men to be soldiers. An increased military pay scale led to competition for enlistment, or tax benefits provided to the military led to high enlistment numbers. Number 6, when the United States entered World War I, who filled the demand for civilian workers? Men who did not qualify for military service, women and black workers, teenagers who temporarily dropped out of school, or selected military assigned to fulfill civilian jobs. All of the following are examples of the expansion of the federal government during World War I except the Food Administration, the War Industries Board, the Railroad Administration, or the Banking Services Board. What was one effect of the expansion of the federal government during World War I? The federal budget went from less than $800 million in 1916 to $18 billion by 1919. The efficiency of the federal government increased significantly as more agencies were established. Many social service agencies came to the aid of the poor and elderly. The military gained both domestic and international power. Number 9, which were key arguments for and against government suppression of dissent during World War I? 4, dissent is unpatriotic and dangerous and must be oppressed. Against, dissent is part of free speech and is healthy in a democracy. 4. Suppression of dissent is clearly constitutional. Against, suppression of dissent decreases the power of the federal government. 4. Suppression of dissent strengthens the government. Against, suppression of dissent has no effect on government or the people. 4. Suppression of dissent weakens the power of the government. Against, suppression of dissent is impossible and wastes money. Which acts authorize the ban of any metal advocating treason or insurrection, prohibited disloyal utterances? Sorry, let me start this one over. Which acts authorized the ban of any material advocating treason or insurrection, prohibited disloyal utterances, and were also applied against politically radical groups? The Alien and Sedition Acts, the Espionage and Sedition Acts, the Insurrection and Espionage Acts, the Alien and Insurrection Acts. What term describes the widespread fear that the Bolshevik Revolution and communism would spread to the United States? The White Fright, Black Horror, Red Scare, Purple Phobia. 12. What was one provision Woodrow Wilson argued for in his 14 points? Rewards for the major powers, a world military organization, an association of all nations, unity of small nations. Number 13. Which provision of the Treaty of Versailles caused the U.S. Senate to reject the treaty? German reparations, the League of Nations, respect for the right of small nations, or a secession of German territory to France. Number 14. Which group best describes some of the events of World War I on the United States, or some of the effects of World War I on the United States? Group A, reduction in the power of labor unions, disillusion with progressive reforms, resentment over government interference and control, new rights for women and blacks. Or Group B, prejudice against certain groups, increased personal income, strong belief in international relations, growth in farmers' influence. This is the end of your quiz. Make sure again to save your answers and then click Submit for grading so it's sent to me successfully in the grade book. As always, please contact me with any questions, and good luck on your quiz.